Hi, welcome in. Today we are making a Black Spinel bracelet. My name is Rebecca. I work with Rebecca Merker Design. The style we are doing is based off of this necklace. So you see these Black Spinels. This is in a 1-to-1 pattern. Our bracelet is going to be a 3-to-1 pattern with three spinels to every one link. I'm going to go over the materials that we use for this, starting with these silver links right now. These are sterling silver, just small basic links that have loops on each end. Unscrew this. These are micro-faceted black spinels. They're about 2 millimeters. This is 28 gauge sterling silver wire. It's super tiny, easy to work with, and it makes the most beautiful. The tools that we are using are these flush cutters right here. These are to cut all of the sterling silver. A pair of round nose pliers. I like mine to be thin. This is just a preference. You can use whatever ones you like. And then these super thin flat nose pliers. You do want the tips to be thin because you're going to have to maneuver the wire in very small spaces. So we're going to start off with this sterling silver, and we're going to cut 2 inches of wire, and it's going to be about 16 links. You can cut however many to begin with, but ultimately you'll need 16 to finish this bracelet. So I'm going to take the time here, and I am going to cut each link. This is a bit of a tedious process, so just take your time, measure them out. They end up a little bit smaller, a little bit longer. That's okay. All right, so I have a decent amount to start with right here. As you can see, I'm putting them all out, maybe about 8 to 10 right there, and I'm going to have to cut a little bit more at the end. Those are those sterling silver links, and I'm putting them out so that I can easily grab them. This just makes it easier for me. You do what works best for you. If keeping them in the container is easier for you, do that. And the same with the black spinel. Just a few of them are coming out though. I won't dump them all out because they are small and they can kind of maneuver off into different directions. All right, so I went ahead and put that off to the side now. This is just to clear the space. I'm putting my pliers off to the side aside from the ones that I'm using. We start with the round nose plier and one of the 2-inch sterling silver wires. We're going to grab it with our round nose pliers. Just a little bit from the tip, enough so that you can make a full coil. You're going to bend it down and cross those over. It's very important that you cross them over on this first link. All right, bend it straight. I'm making sure every part of it's straight, and then you're just going to wrap. Super simple. You're just wrapping it around the wire. You want those layers to lay right on top of each other, not so that they're going outwards, but so that they're going up the wire. This makes a nice coil. You can sort of see that there. They are small. Then we're going to take our spinel and we're going to go ahead and wrap that on. All right, from here, we're going to take our pliers again. We're holding it just above the stone. Do not be tight on that stone. Turn it. Go ahead and cross it over. You can see that I'm wrapping it around. Completely around until you end up at the stone. And because this is a long piece, I recommend cutting off that little section there. You don't have to go all the way and make it a complete piece yet, but I would get it out of the way. So using my flush cutters, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just cutting off that small piece. Be careful that you don't cut the actual spinel link. All right, grabbing another one. And we're going to do this for the full 3 links. So each time you're going to go ahead and grab your pliers. You're going to turn it until they cross. The only difference with these links is now you're going to loop in the last link before you wrap. Very important to do it before you wrap, because once those are wrapped, they're very hard to undo. I'm tightening it just to make that loop a little bit smaller, just like you tie a knot. Then instead of grabbing it from the round part, I'm holding it sideways in the pliers. And I'm wrapping that sterling silver wire right around there, creating that nice coil. Putting my spinel link on. Then I'm going to wrap it just like I would any of the other ones. So cross it over and then loop it around. Make sure that you're leading towards the stone. You don't want these to be too tight, because at the end you're going to have to go in and tuck the wire underneath it so it's not poking out. So you want to loop it around so it's close and it's like right up on it, but it's not tight. Your stone could still move at this point. You see, I cut that little bit of extra off. And we're going to do another link. All right, so go ahead and cross your loop, put on your spinel, hold your link sideways, just tightening it first, but then hold it sideways, straighten out your wires, and then wrap them around. All right, tightening him down, adding the spinel. And then I'm creating my loop. Now on this one, it's going to be slightly different because we're going to add our silver link in place. So that's what I'm grabbing here now. There are 2 jump rings on either side of this link. I'm looping one of those jump rings in, making sure I only get one, and then I'm going to tug him down into the loop. And then we're going to wrap around towards the spinel, just like with the other ones. All right, cutting it here. And then we are going to continue this pattern about 7 more times, 6 or 7 more times. So I'm going to speed it up while I go through the pattern. You could go backwards towards the front if you want to see more of those links being wrapped in slow motion. so I'm towards the end of the pattern now, looping on some of those last ones. We're going to cut off that piece right there. Let me show you what these look like, all spread out. And I am looking for the jump ring and the spring ring clasp. Those are going to be the ends of the bracelet. So one side's going to have a jump ring on it, and the other side's going to have a spring ring clasp. This is the spring ring, and I am just opening it. To open a spring ring, you bend it sideways, not pushing it outwards. You do that so that you do not weaken the metal and it's not becoming fragile. Bring them in place. Show you again what that looks like. And I am going through right now, and I'm just making sure the wires are tight. Adding an additional link, there was a part of the pattern that was not correct. I cut that off, adding the loop that I need. Okay, so I'm checking over each link, adding on the spinel, making sure we are in pattern. We're taking our round nose pliers and we're wrapping the bottom of the link. And I'm cutting that excess.